Have you ever noticed how some people don't run from silence, they step into it? While others fill every quiet moment with noise, conversation, distraction, these people treat silence like a language, a place where their thoughts finally breathe. It's like a garden that grows best when no one keeps stepping on the soil, or a cup that was quietly leaking until they stopped pouring into it, and from the outside it looks strange, even lonely, even broken. But psychology says this isn't a weakness. It's actually a very rare high-value mindset trait. Society often misunderstands people who love being alone. They're labeled as cold, emotionally distant, avoidant, damaged, too independent for their own good. People assume they must have been hurt, or that they secretly crave attention but don't know how to ask for it. But research shows the opposite. Loving solitude is not about disliking people. It's about choosing environments that regulate the mind instead of draining it. These individuals aren't antisocial. They are selectively social, and that distinction changes everything. People who enjoy being alone often have minds that are already full. Research on introversion and cortical arousal shows their brains operate at a higher baseline level of stimulation. Too much external input overwhelms them. Solitude is not emptiness, it's relief. Like dimming the light so you can finally see clearly. If you feel more energized after being alone, it's not avoidance, it's neurological self-awareness. Highly perceptive people unconsciously detect patterns others miss. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman showed how some minds constantly read between the lines, emotional inconsistencies, subtle power dynamics, unspoken expectations. Being around people can feel like processing too much information at once. So they step back, not out of fear, but because constant awareness is tiring. Solitude becomes the place where the mind can finally rest. According to polyvagal theory, safety is felt when the nervous system is calm. For some people, crowds, noise, and social unpredictability create low-level stress. Even if they appear composed, being alone allows their nervous system to reset. Like taking off tight shoes at the end of a long day, the relief is quiet but profound. People who love solitude often discover something powerful early in life. They don't need constant validation to feel complete. Self-determination theory shows that autonomy strengthens emotional stability. They enjoy connection, but they don't depend on it for identity. Their relationships may be fewer, but they are deeply real. Humans can only maintain a limited number of meaningful connections. Dunbar's number explains why. People who love being alone naturally choose a much smaller circle. They don't hate people. They simply refuse shallow bonds. One honest conversation matters more to them than 10 that feel empty, so they choose absence over pretense. Social exchange theory explains another quiet truth. These individuals are highly sensitive to emotional imbalance. They notice when they are the only ones listening, the only ones giving, the only ones understanding. Eventually, they stop pouring into leaking cups, not angrily, not dramatically, they just leave quietly. There is a specific kind of silence that only people who love being alone understand. It isn't empty, it's full of clarity. Isolation is not the opposite of connection, it's the absence of rejection. You didn't become distant because you lack love, you became selective because you learned its value. You chose peace over performance, depth over noise, truth over belonging. And that takes strength. So if you love being alone, if you step away easily, if your peace matters more than approval, you are not broken. You likely carry rare traits: emotional regulation, self-awareness, deep perception, inner stability. And once you experience that kind of peace, you never apologize for protecting it again. If this felt like it was describing you, comment "Vesser I relate this," or tell me which trait surprised you the most. And if you want more calm psychology-based insights like this, subscribe. Because for some minds, solitude isn't loneliness, it's home.